One. Hey everybody, welcome back to FanProz. This is your host Elo.
And Joshua.
And Happy New Year. We hope you guys are enjoying the new year so far. This is our first post, video since the new year started. We hope everybody's safe, happy, healthy. We wanna just just wish you the best with this new year that started. We hope everybody's safe, man. And if anybody's going through any tragedy so far, we hope that you guys are okay. We hope your families are okay, and you're in our prayers. All right. But with no further ado, let's get to it. FanProz, we talk New York sports. Our favorite team is the Knicks, so we about to jump that off. And I'm gonna let my son lead the way with the topics of the video. We're gonna hit them as quick as we can because we want to get right to it. It's been a long time since we spoke with you guys, man. All right, go ahead, son. What do we got on tap?
All right, so first we got the Cup win. Predicted a 10-point victory over 100 points for the Knicks.
Last video I did on that. Check it out. Last video on the NBA Cup. Just go into Agape channel. You can put in FanProz Sports Show. You'll see it. It's the last video that I did. You'll see it. You'll see that cup that we won, that championship cup. But go ahead, Josh. What's the question?
Yeah. So basically just talking about that. Then we have
what we thought of it.
Yeah, what we thought of it. Yeah.
All right, let's start there. All right. If the exact score that I predicted then, you guys have to look at it again. But when I did see the final result, it was pretty much along the same lines. I think the Knicks won by 11. I predicted 10. It was around the 112, 102 or 122, 111, something like that. You can go back to it, but I was pretty much on point with how I saw the game. The only thing is I predicted Mikal Bridges to have a bigger game, and Karl-Anthony Towns actually had a bigger game in that. But it was a great win for the Knicks. I expected them to win that. I thought it was a trial run by the NBA to see how the Knicks would look as champions. I thought they did well during the game. I actually thought, and I'm going to say this, the game was a very good game for the Knicks. I thought if the Knicks would have rebounded better in that game, they would have blew out the Spurs. They would have blew them out. The Knicks, when healthy, I think, can match up against the Spurs despite their athleticism and can win because I think the Knicks have sharp, high IQ players that shoot better from the perimeter. And if the Knicks play the way that they are designed to play and being coached to play and don't veer off the plan, such as go back to ISO ball, Brunson pounding the dribble, no ball movement, the ball not being sprayed. If they stick to moving the basketball, constant movement, get everybody involved, which is the Mike Brown system, which is what has given us the success that we've had, I think the Knicks beat the Spurs easy. I heard a lot of pundits after the Knicks' last loss against the Spurs, but they blew that game. The Knicks had the game. And we'll get to that. That particular, the championship cup game, I thought the Knicks played great. They played the way they were supposed to. The only thing they did wrong was just they gave up too many second chance points with the offensive rebounds. They got to do a better job of rebounding in basketball. But I think once they're healthy and you have Hart and Mitch back in the lineup, especially Hart, which is one of the best offensive rebounding guards in the league, and he's been the last 5 years easy. 5 years easy. You have Mitch, who's been one of the best offensive rebounding centers in the game the past 5 years. You have those two guys in, along with Cat, and Cat plays with some urgency. The Knicks would have won that game. They would have blew out the Spurs by 15-20, easy to me. But nevertheless, it was a good victory. I enjoyed it. Aside from the celebration at the end, which we'll get into, which will lead into the next topic. But Josh, what did you think of the Knicks Cup win?
I thought it was a pretty good win for them as well. I think it was, like you said, it was a good opportunity or test trial for the league to see what the Knicks will look like as champions.
Come on.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game for just the team in general. OG had a big game.
Yes.
Towns did all right.
Yeah.
Towns did all right. He had double. Brunson had a Brunson game. He did pretty good. So I think overall it was a pretty good win over the Spurs, and I think like you said, in like the second game they played against the Spurs where they lost that one, I feel like they just blew that lead. And
We had the game.
yeah, we had the game, and I think in general the Knicks just played the Spurs pretty well. I mean, probably like I think they just played them a little bit better than how like the Thunder would play them. So,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
In that cup video, if you remember, I told you guys, I thought Jalen Brunson, who was the MVP of the cup series and deserved it, I thought he outplayed Shea in that series. I thought Shea, and I said this in the video, so I'm not going to beleaguer the point. I thought Shea shied away from shots. He was deferring way too much to Jalen Williams instead of taking those shots in those moments. I thought he was very timid. And it's almost like this guy didn't want to mess up his shooting percentage. He wanted to, and it's like, bro, put the shots up. Michael Jordan is never passing to Scottie Pippen in a clutch must-win moment. No one. He's taking that shot. They got triple him, and he wasn't triple team in that Spurs game. They were guarding him man on man, bro. So that was just one observation I saw. I thought Jalen was more aggressive. And the last thing I'm gonna say about the cup finals and championship win in the actual game itself, it was Tyler Kolek's coming out party. I have absolutely loved what I've seen from Mike Brown with these young players. Kolek, I've always thought could be a very solid player. Kolek, if right now his ceiling is a TJ McConnell, but if he develops and works hard enough, the sky's the limit. He could be at best a poor man's Mark Price. For you guys out there who don't know who Mark Price is, look up Cleveland Cavaliers point guard Mark Price. He played for them from the 86 to, I want to say, 93. He's one of the best point guards I've seen during that period. And he was a lot like Kolek. He could shoot. He could pass. He was a very skilled player, high IQ. I think Kolek now is being given the reins and is being given the freedom. Deuce was hurt, so it gave Kolek a chance to really get the time needed. But that's what you got to do, man. You got to play these players. I don't know if Tibbs would have done that. He might have panicked, and I'd bet anything he would have panicked and just overplayed Jalen instead of allowing Kolek the chance to be the player he's capable of being. And Kolek's defense has been a lot better under Brown. So kudos to Brown for the developmental job he's done so far. The offensive policies that he's put in place for this team, and the unselfishness, and it all culminated and led to that win. And I hope Adam Silver take notes. I've said this for a very long time. If the Knicks ever win a championship, the NBA will be turned upside down on its head. The ratings will be through the roof. I think the anticipation for them to win and winning it will be an incredible ratings extravaganza for the NBA. OKC won last year, and honestly, even though the games were good, the ratings were not great. People want to see compelling stories. The Knicks have a fan base that spreads across the globe, not just in OKC, not just in Indiana, the globe. Probably the only other teams you can get that have a fan base like that is the Lakers, the Celtics, maybe Golden State, but I don't even think so. It'll just be for players, not for like a Steph Curry, not for the franchise, which the Knicks have. So Adam Silver, I hope you were taking notice and, give the Knicks a chance, man. Give us a chance. Now let's get to the second point, which I believe was Thumbgate, correct?
Yeah.
All right. At the time, when I saw it happen and it started to circulate through all the different podcasts and the memes and, you know me as a born again believer, a man that prides myself in righteousness and all of that. One, I thought it was extremely immature and distasteful for Josh Hart to do what he did. I thought it was disgusting. And that's just me. I know a lot of Knicks fans out there was like, oh, they were just horsing around. It was all cool and come on, wasn't that serious? To me, it is extremely serious, disrespectful, and I thought it was absolutely immature. With Josh Hart being out, and I've listened to a lot of these podcasts, man, over the last couple of weeks with Josh Hart out, and it's like, oh, we miss Josh Hart. He brings the toughness, the grit, which he does. I heard callers say and some analysts say, oh, he brings that level of maturity and leadership. If you notice, the slide started after he committed one of the worst examples of leadership for the year that I've seen. Probably the only other worst example is maybe Karl Anthony Towns bailing on obvious plays that he should be playing defense on, where he didn't even try. But what Hart did was not only selfish because he just thought about himself. He didn't think about his team. He definitely didn't think about Jalen, who is the captain of the team. The world is looking at the captain. He is the face of the franchise. And for you to be so immature to do that in that moment, to me, was disgusting, man. I was not happy with it. I didn't like it. It made me lose some respect for Josh Hart because we've seen Josh Hart do like really childish things in moments where he had a chance to be enlightening or to show signs of leadership. I remember him after the Knicks eliminated, I think it was Philly, and he's like eating what was it, Mike and Ike's, and throwing them around, throwing them at the media, and Brunson's just looking at him, shaking his head like, dude, come on, man. Like, act like you've been here before. You're not 5 years old, bro. You're a grown man. As a matter of fact, Josh Hart, because I think it was Hart and it was Jalen. He's older than Brunson, and he was older than Big Ragu, who was on the team at the time. Like what's his name again? My mind is going blank, man. Who's the?
Yeah.
No, Big Ragu. Other member of that team. It'll come to me. But this is the guy that we had, our shooting guard. That he's on Minnesota now. He went in the trade with Jalen with Julius Randle. Dante DiVincenzo, sorry, Get a little older now, but but yeah. I mean, he's older than all of these Villanova, alumni, including Mikhail. You're supposed to be, but it shows you age doesn't account for leadership, man. Your actions account, not your age and not even your words, but your actions, what you do. He did that in the biggest moment for the franchise in decades. And it was a selfish thing. He thought just about himself. He didn't think about his teammate or his team or how it would look or the optics it would bring to the team or to the franchise. I thought it was I'm not sugarcoating. I thought it was a disgusting move. I lost some respect for him with that. I think he tried to like downplay it and say he was grabbing the cup, because I looked at the Friends podcast that they have, and the wives tried to back him up, and Jalen and his wife was like, "Oh, Jalen, you guys play like that all the time. Listen, that's not your place to say that. This was not a good event. This was not something to laugh about. It was not cool. One of the biggest things that you can do as a man is take accountability for your actions, especially when it's a bad action. And this was terrible. It made it now you open up the door for teams to troll Jalen and try to get inside of his head, man. Like Cam put it the best on the Come Talk With Me podcast with Cam and Mace, where he said, now you're gonna have people in the stands with thumbs, with them thumb sticks, during playoff games or whatever. You open the door for that nonsense, man. So I'm pretty much done with it. I did not like it. I thought it was despicable. I thought it was childish. I thought it was selfish. Period. And instead of doubling down on it, it made it even worse. So, and coincidentally enough, he got hurt after that, and he's been out since. So I think when you commit actions like that, man, a lot of times what a man sows, so shall he reap. It comes back to you. It does, man. You want to put out good energy, good actions, not negative stuff. Negative comes back when you put out negative. Positive comes back when you put out positive. So that's it. What do you got to say, bro?
Yeah, I basically agree with everything you said. Yeah, like you said, it was very immature, very childish, very selfish what he did,
bro.
Especially doing that in front of.
What would you have done? And you know the crazy thing, Jalen, when he touched him, Jalen turned around like, "Yo, what you doing?" Like, bro, and thinking like a captain and a face of a franchise and knowing the world is watching it. This is a live televised celebration cup. He knows I can't cock back and hit this dude, man. Everyone's watching me. That'll create a PR nightmare for the NBA and for the team. So he has to try to play it off. Mm-hmm. But bruh, everybody, I'd have lost it. I'd have snuffed him. I would have snuffed Josh Hart right in the nose, man. And they hit him right clean in the nose. Just a cock back, bow, just right in the nose, bro. But go ahead. That's just me. How did you feel when you bro? What would have been your reaction, bro? A teammate do that?
Well, I mean the same. Especially if I'm in a position, just as a man in general, that's just bad to
exactly.
do. Just as a man in general, but then being someone in a position of leadership like Brunson is, and being like the face of the franchise, and doing that in front of everybody, trying to embarrass him or make it about yourself, and just doing that act is it's like you said, selfish and
very selfish,
immature of him.
Very.
And like you said, Josh Hart is responsible for a lot of the immature behavior that we see, or the incidents that we see from the season with him, and last season, or he's like you said, he's with the Mike and Ike incident, and him and Brunson always having this kind of with their podcast, having that trolling type of dynamic with the media,
eating food during the press conference. Bro, come on now, man.
Yeah,
come on now, man. We had issues with Mitch at a point when Mitch was kind of doing too much. Mitch had to kind of grow up a bit, man. And like I said, Josh Hart is older than all of these Villanova guys, which goes to show you age does not equate to maturity, man. But yeah, so your verdict on it?
Yeah, I think it wasn't appropriate for him to do. That setting was inappropriate for him to do that.
Ain't no setting is appropriate for this guy to do that, bro. That's bro. You get mollywopped, you do something like that, man. Yeah. So that's our take on Thumbgate. Disgusting. I don't know. I don't want to ever see that video again. It's disgusting. What's the next one? What's the next thing, man?
Next thing is their losing streak.
Right. Now, I know everybody was panicking. If you watch this channel, I'm pretty consistent. I don't worry about the Knicks till I think it's something that is of a worrying matter. Now, some of the losses were bad. The San Antonio, when they absolutely had and should have won that. There's no reason. There's no excuse for them losing that. The Atlanta game, I didn't expect them to lose that game at the Garden. But again, especially a game where Trae Young had like 6 points, he didn't play well at all. But as when we'll get to that later, they kind of made their transition from Trae Young. Jalen Johnson, right? Jalen Johnson has played MVP caliber basketball. You know, Dyson Daniels is a top tier, top 5 defensive player in the league. So they have been playing well. They've built that team well around young defenders and athletic young players. And listen, we advanced far in the cup. The farther you advance, man, you tired, man. A lot of these cup winners, and it's been highly documented and spoken in a lot of these other podcasts because I've seen it. But it's something that needs to be reminded. You're going deep into a tournament, so you're gonna have tired legs after. It just happens. People forget the OKC has struggled as well, and they played deep into the cup final, man. So it happens, and they won a title. So listen, I'm not worried about the losing streak. They lost to very good teams. They didn't lose to any bum teams. You know, the loss to the Sixers. You want me to be real with you? I thought the Knicks would lose that game because I thought VJ Edgecombe is going to be one of the top shooting guards in the league for many years to come. I called this a couple of videos ago. I actually called this, look up the Omari Stoudemire video I did where he put out like hating comments on Melo, and I just couldn't take it. I had to go off on that video, but you'll see it. It's a video with Omari Stoudemire's picture, and I speak about his comments. In that video, I talk about VJ Edgecombe and the Sixers being a problem for the Knicks going forward. I was talking about that way back then, man. The 76ers, if healthy, are going to be a huge problem for the Knicks. And if the Knicks ever beat them down the road in a playoff setting, the Knicks better be healthy, and then it better be firing on all cylinders. Because that team is deadly, man. And so honestly, I thought it was 50-50 the Knicks win that game. To be honest with you, even at the Garden. Because I knew the Sixers would be up for that game. Maxi's playing MVP caliber basketball. He has to be top 3 in the voting for it, to be honest. And I knew the Edgecombe factor was going to be huge. And if they got anything out of Embiid, that's going to be a tough team, a tough game to beat. Because the Knicks don't have a matchup against Edgecombe if he's playing to his full potential. So I expected them to lose that game. You know, I thought it was 50-50, but I really did expect them to lose that game. By the way, MSG, can you lower these prices? I looked at some of the prices for those tickets. Bro, how you charging? What did I quote you the price, Josh? They were charging for that Sixer ticket.
It was like
some ridiculous amount. It was like $500, $600 for one ticket for a regular season game. Me, my son, my wife went to Philly, saw the game that actually mattered against the Sixers when Jalen broke the single playoff game record of Bernard King's, where Jalen scored the highest points a Knick has ever scored in a playoff game. We saw that live, playoff game. Our tickets combined was less than what the Knicks were charging for one ticket. You got to stop, man. Dolan, if you really care about the fans, and I saw you go on Craig Carton and talk about you putting the price. Bro, stop with the ridiculous prices, man. You're pricing out real Knicks fans, not people that want to go see an event that'll barely clap or cheer or they just want to be seen. We are real Knicks fans. Knicks fans since 79. Michael Ray Richardson, rest in peace. Stop with the ridiculous ticket prices, man. Come on now. But I expected them to really lose that game. I thought it was 50-50, and I expect them to win that game. You know, so The Knicks, I think, will be fine. The Knicks will be okay. They lost to very good teams, very, very, very competent teams, solid teams, all playoff teams, and that's it, man. Nothing to see here. And then they beat the Clippers the other night to end that streak, and we'll get into that after. But what do you think about this losing streak of the Knicks? There's only one other thing I want to say. If the Knicks stick to the script, which is move the ball for Cat, because listen, Karl Anthony Towns, I know, is a lightning rod, and everybody likes to get on him. Don't forget, and I hear a lot of these fans, we got to get rid of Cat. He's this, he's that, he's the worst. Don't forget, when the games we won against Indiana, Cat played great in those games. The series against Detroit, Cat was huge in that series. The clinching game against the Celtics at the Garden, Cat dominated. So let's stop with the Cat is the reason for all the Knicks' woes. Let's stop, man. All right? All right? He has played. He's not always good, but he's been clutch when we've needed him in the past. And I don't want Knicks fans, don't have short-term memory, man. All right? Cat will be fine. He just needs to be put in the right position. And his talents need to be utilized. Cat needs to be fed in the low block. Plays need to be run for Cat in the low block. Cat needs to be run in a pick and roll constantly, or pick and pop. And that'll lead into the Clippers game, which I showed where they did a lot of pick and roll with Cat. McBride did pick and roll with Cat to success. So just keep that formula. Watch our channel. I've been pretty consistent. My son has been pretty consistent on how the offense needs to move for the Knicks to win. They do that, they'll win. And it coincidentally, it's just what Brown has been preaching. Spray the ball, two-man game with Brunson, Cat, pick and roll, pick and pop. The backup guards do the same. Cat in the lower box. Shoot out to the three occasionally. Taking that little pump fake and driving. I don't mind if Cat does that because you got to mix your bag up, but I don't want that to be 50% of his offensive game for the night. I want, to be quite frank, I want most of it in the post, down in the lower block. I want a little bit of it out behind the three-point line, and then maybe a little more of that on the top of the key where you can do that pump fake and go down there. All right? And I want a lot of pick and roll with him. A lot. If he's at that top of the key, I want him to get the ball to a guard, and then I want pick and roll. I'm going to set the pick, and I want him to roll to the basket or stay where he's at to shoot the J. That's it. All right? So go ahead, bro. That's what I think of those three that losing streak. I think the Knicks will be fine. Just run the offense the way it's supposed to be run. Guys get healthy, they'll be fine. They played a long cup series. They're supposed to be tired. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I think during their losing streak, like you said, they were just tired, and all four of the teams they lost to are teams that they have history with, teams that are young, teams that have people that get to the basket well. So I feel like yeah, they were tired, and then all the teams they played, like, they have history with those teams, so
Yep.
of course they're gonna get up to go play against the Knicks and give them their best.
Great point, Josh. Great point.
Yeah, I think
Great point.
like you said, it's nothing at the time. It was nothing to start panicking about.
Yeah. And we forgot about the Pistons blowout loss that everybody was going crazy over. It's like, don't worry about it, man. Cunningham was up for that game and said so. And I appreciate him for being real about it. But don't worry about it, man. It's a bad loss, but the Knicks will rebound from that. Go ahead, son. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, they just needed to. I just think they just needed to get their rhythm back after that loss against the Spurs. After blowing
that was the toughest one.
Yeah, that was probably the toughest one.
They had it, man. The game was over.
Yeah, so I think overall those games were just tough games for them, and yeah, it's against, like you said, very good teams with young players that could get to the rim, and
Athletic.
Yeah, and they're athletic. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Listen, the Knicks are. We're not the most athletic. We have athletic players, but we're not the most athletic team. But you can offset that with IQ, ball movement, great outside shooting, and skilled players. And the Knicks have that in abundance, man. So they'll be fine. And last but not least, let's transition into the Clippers, correct?
Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so. Yeah.
Clippers game, the Knicks won that game. I thought they played well in that game. I thought they got back to some of the things that they needed to do. Jalen didn't take that many shots to start the game off. Looked to get guys involved, which I love to see. Scott did a lot of his scoring later. I thought Kawhi, who played in the game, is playing, and I love Kawhi Leonard, man. Just being honest. I thought he's playing at a top 10 level player the last month and a half. As long as he stays healthy, and I'm very thankful he is, a healthy Kawhi, an MVP type Kawhi, is great for the game of basketball and for the league. So it's great to see. And I like James Harden too. A lot of people don't. I like James Harden a lot. I think James Harden is a difference maker on any team. He took a Houston team that was trash and made them a playoff contender to a championship level contender. They just lost to the Warriors back then with him and Chris Paul. But that team is a very good team. And that's because of James Harden, MVP James Harden. So great. I thought it was a great win for the Knicks. Deuce has been playing great since he's come back. You know, Deuce mentored this guy, man, in the clinic, man. He was very good. Yo, you beat Deuce in a 3-point contest, right?
Yeah, it was a knockout game.
Yeah. This is legit though. Deuce was trying.
I think so. Yeah. He was trying.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So listen, man. You know, my son. We don't just talk it, man. We do it. My son. You know, my son ball, man. You know. So Deuce, we always root for Deuce. I love to see Deuce do it. I think Deuce is extraordinarily clutch. And I just do. Deuce just has it, man. I trust Deuce taking the shot. Just like I did with Dante DiVincenzo, whose name I forgot earlier. Shame on me. But I think Deuce is a clutch guy that will always be there when it counts. I think it was a great win for the Knicks. Good rebounding win. I thought Cat played well. The Knicks will be fine. I want to see Mikal get more on track. I want to see Brown incorporate him more in the offense. Keep Cat in a lower block, run a lot of pick and roll with Cat. I want high percentage shots for Cat, easy shots for Cat. I don't want Cat to have to do that pump fake and then drive and that be the majority of the touches. No, I want him in pick and roll, pick and pop, stay in the low post. Get to your move quick, Cat. 1, 2, boom, boom, maybe pump fake, layup or drop step, whatever it takes. But I want quick moves in the post, pick and roll, pick and pop, and every now and then trail out to the three, make your way out to the three, or give him some action at the top of the key. But even at the top of the key, I don't want him driving like that. He's getting stripped way too much. So when you're at top of the key, Cat, I want pick and rolls called for Cat. And that's it. That's just, and they'll win. The Knicks will be fine. So, Knick fans, the sky's not falling. There's no Chicken Little. Please, man, this is a solid team. We're not even fully healthy. When we get healthy again, get Shamet back and get Hart back, and guys stick to the system and get their legs behind them. Remember, we never played this many games so far this year. A lot of people say, I see people say, oh, the Knicks were better at this point last. Yeah, because we lost early in the cup. We didn't win the cup. The Knicks have played more games than they played last year. So they're more tired legs, man. And it's been a rash of injuries throughout the NBA. It's been like an epidemic. So the Knicks have been a lot of beat up players in the league. The Knicks are no exception. So just chillax. We're going to be fine. Brown is a good coach. I hear a lot of these other podcasters, especially radio. They really love Tibbs, man, and they just hating on Brown. Get a brother a chance. He has been a very good coach. He's developed our young players. He's gotten the young guys to play. He's actually played them. So, and I always hear them say this, and I'm gonna end with this. Oh well, he's been good so far, but let's see what he does in the playoffs. If he doesn't get to a finals, then it's like, yo, just let the man coach. It's like you want him to fail so you can say, I told you so. We should have kept Tibbs. Like, stop, man. All right? Just stop, man. All right? Let's let Mike Brown play, and let's let the playoffs happen when they happen. We'll get to that. All right? But so far, Tibbs never won no NBA Cup for the Knicks. Knicks won that. That's the biggest moment they've had in decades. All right? All right? And the bench is playing well. The young players are playing well. So I like what I see so far. I think the Knicks will be fine. And Josh Hart will be back shortly from his ankle. And we'll be fine. I'm not worried about it, man. The teams they lost to were up to play us. Like my son said, he made the best point. They had something to prove. All of them. We've beaten all of them. And beat them in bad spots where it hurt the most. So I know that how many times have we beaten Atlanta in Atlanta? They mollywopped them. They were waiting to get this. You know, so it's all good, man. The Sixers, we were there. And it's on the channel. That playoff game, what happened after that playoff game, Knicks fans taking over the arena, cheering. We were there for that. So we knew that Tyrese Maxey and Embiid and those teams will never forget that, man. So they're always going to be up to play us, man, all right? And Detroit, we did it last year, bro. The Jalen Brunson crossover, Iman Thompson fall down, hit the shot, night lights out. These teams were up to play us, so it's all good, all right? And tired legs, they were up to play us. It happens. We're not fully healthy. Listen, Detroit had guys out, so I'm not even going to use that fully as an excuse. They had Jalen Duren out and some other players, but listen, man, they beat us. It happens, all right? It's a long season, 82-game season. Chillax, we'll be all right, all right? So, I mean, that's it. I don't have much more to say. You got anything closing, bro?
Yeah, you pretty much hit on everything. Yeah, and they had this bounce back win against the Clippers where they're starting to get back into their rhythm, and Cat is starting to get more into the offense and starting to get back to himself. So I think overall, like you said, it's a long season. It's 82 games, so like that little losing streak that they had, I mean, that's just this is what happens inside the season. Like, you've seen it even with the Thunder, how they've been losing some games recently.
I'm on the title, man. SGA struggled. SGA shot bad for a couple games, man. It happens, man. And he's been phenomenal all year. Yeah. So, all right. So this concludes this episode of FanProz. Happy New Year. It's good to be back. Hope you guys make it a productive, blessed, healthy, safe New Year. Knicks fans, I want you guys to keep your head up. In closing, I'll add in just a couple more quick tidbits. Number one, congratulations to Terrence Crawford, who retired from the sport of boxing. One of the best boxers of his era, best boxers that I've seen in a long, long time. He's not better than Floyd Mayweather, so I don't want anybody, all of that stuff, you can put that to rest. He's not Floyd. Floyd is the greatest ever. But I think that Terrence, of his era, is one of the best. Best technical, best power puncher, just an example of the sweet science, man. So a great career for Terrence Crawford. And yeah, I think he'll come back the same way Floyd did. I think Terrence will come back. Just show him the money. He'll come back, but on his terms. So, champ, rest up. Great run for the New York Giants. They just got a new coach. I got to see what this coach is like. I'm going to dive kind of in that more, and I'll maybe do a video on that. It's been a long year with the Giants. We'll see what they do. They're supposed to have the number 1 pick. They ended up at number 5 or 6 or something, so I don't know. Listen, I went to a Super Bowl and watched the Giants win their last Super Bowl in Indianapolis. So this has been a far cry from what I have known the Giants to be. My son went with me to a playoff game against the Eagles. So this has not been a fun year, But Jackson Dart, the running back, the wide receiver, neighbors. I think the Knicks have. Sorry, the Knicks. The Giants have a future. Whatever they do in this offseason, build up the offensive line. I think they already have good defensive pieces, and we'll see what this coach is. I don't know. I would have rather Mike Tomlin. I would have rather Harbaugh. We get this guy. the Giants, man. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what it is, man. And other than that, Yankees, Mets. It's been a quiet offseason for the both of them. I think the Yankees are in trouble. I think the Mets are in trouble. I think it's the Mets basically gave the Dodgers the World Series by giving them Diaz, man, not re-signing him. So, it's the Dodgers World Series to lose. And so that's pretty much it for with baseball. It's the Dodgers World Series to lose. I don't see anybody beating them. They're most likely three-peat. But that's it. With tidbits, and that's it, man. So we'll talk to you soon from FanProz. Have a good night, guys. A safe night, and Happy New Year.